Hey guys, I didn't have a lot of time to think of content creation these days because I had these microphone troubles. Realtek software was not working. I had to. Luckily, I found a good tutorial to set it. Now my mic is working good and software is okay. So I decided to cast one of the Brutal Plus 6 games that I had a few days ago, and we have Propagators, Heroes from the Storm, and Scorched Earth. So 3 mutators. And luckily on this map, it's kinda we are in the middle and it's just 2 ramps, so you don't have to venture far from our bases. And that's good when you're fighting props and heroes. Bad thing is, of course, is if you got breached, if they come to your base, especially propagators, you are pretty much dead very fast. So I was playing as the Haka devouring one. My ally was Swan heavy weapon specialist. Now Sky Terran is not really very good for me. Okay, probably Terran classic mech would be even worse because there are usually no psionic units in this composition. Sky Terran at least mostly has ravens. Okay, so I'm doing the Haka thing while my ally is. Let me show the production. Okay, so my ally is rushing laser. That's why no drones. By the way, I recommend using laser mastery always, unless you are using payload director. If you're using payload director, then use drones. But mostly, especially if you are a heavy weapon specialist, use laser prestige because laser is your main tool in this prestige, and it will be hard on probably on maybe, I don't know, Dead of Night or something. But Dead of Night you don't wanna use this prestige actually, but on actually it might be good even there, but on which map is on this map actually for normal brutal game, because you wanna have abilities. Swan abilities are very efficient here, but as of these mutators, like against props and heroes, to slow them down is really effective. So that's why my ally was using this. I recommended it to him, but he already knew it. Actually, he's a good player. So now, as you can see, first upgrade is halfway done, and they're also cheaper, so I recommend this because, of course, laser deals splash damage. So why not having it deal 50 damage as soon as possible? Because base damage is 20, then first upgrade up to 30, and then the second upgrade is up to. Look at this. So this slowing effect is 70%. It slows enemies by 70%, and all enemies. That includes heroic enemies, not just non-heroic, but also heroic enemies, and that's really good here, especially against props. Okay, so I'm giving a little buff to these areas, so they can deal more damage to these things, these armored enemies. And I'm clearing my expansion. Okay, my Den is done. I think I was a little bit late with the Kron here, but these first two, it's important they are in time. And now LA will be able to, and of course with the heavy weapon specialist you need to use combat drop mastery because you don't have concentrated beam. So there was an episode where it was that mutation, well, a year and a half ago. Before reroll started, we had that thing. What is this? Double trouble? No, not double trouble. It was Rifts and Propagators on part and parcel, and I was trying to help one ally. He was playing heavy weapon specialist, and I was telling you what to do, and it really needed instruction. And then after 5 tries, okay, let's try it tomorrow. again, and then I went to check on his mastery, and I was like, he had concentrated B mastery and immortality protocol. I mean, this was so stupid. I was like, oh my god. You know, I almost had a headache from those games, and yeah. So check your masteries always. Okay, so early game not very interesting. I mean, we are doing stuff that would usually be done. Okay, the crown will soon be finished. So I wasn't very late with that, but actually, if I used Primal Contender, it would probably be better. But I stayed with the Devouring one, and yeah, this is kind of weaker, the Haka and weaker pack leaders. But we managed to win. Okay, so look at this. Karax is very slow, and the laser actually does pretty much damage, 50 DPS. So, okay, for Kerrigan that would need 100 seconds, so a lot more than a minute and a half to actually kill her. So it's not that you can rely upon laser to actually deal with the heroes. Just and Artie like has 4,000 plus mandatory resurgence. That's 8,000 HP. So I mean, you cannot rely on laser to kill them, but they can slow them down, and it's pretty much important for kiting them, especially if you're using Creeper Host, which I will be using. And now my ally has dropped again. And I'm using Mirror. What's really important is that the Haka's pack leaders are immune to Propagators, but not their entourage, so be careful not to get your Locust propagated or Glevigs, Zerglings and Hydras and Rochester that come with him. But good thing is if you pop the Murvar at top of the Propagator won't be able to attack its Locust because of that oppressive stage that's pretty much similar to Disabling Cloud, and then under that Propagator cannot attack. Okay, my allies, I was going Wraiths, and that was actually the highlight of this game. I was pretty skeptical because Wraiths are kinda not very tanky, but in the end I didn't watch yet this replay, so I'm really interested in how it looks from. I wasn't, of course. I was concentrated on my own game, so I look at this. The Haka snipes relentlessly. Now I'm trying to kite this, but still, this is the first actual danger when Novak and Zagara come, and if it were all Heroes of the Storm, this would be a lot worse, because as you saw, this train's escort had no heroes, because heroes are now time-oriented, but back then, when they were wave-oriented, the escort will also have heroes, and a lot of them, and that would be really... Okay, this nuke actually landed. Yeah, it's Nova. You can't kill Nova fast, but okay, now you can see Dakron and Laser and a little bit of Wraiths. Oh, now this was a little bit tricky, but we were... okay. Okay, we were able to... I was able to kill that. Okay, now we have this third train. I think we didn't do bonuses. I think we skipped the bonuses. Okay, usually I wouldn't use Glevik here, I would use just Dakron, but I didn't have actual army, and the enemy is Sky Terran, and Dakron was already used, so I had to use Glevik here. Okay. So now I'm going to fight these guys. Okay, on the one hand it's good that I'm not Primal Contender, because now I can use Glevig and the Haka on the different sides. Okay, now I'll be probably transferring Glevig to... where did I transfer Glevig? I don't know actually. My ally is probably trying to... Oh, is Glevig expire? That was probably just the buffs. Okay, now comes the Zera tool, but good thing is that I was able to kill the escort at least. Okay, Artie blinks up. And now, but look at this, look at how these Wraiths actually, and those Wraiths have the buff. Increased attack range and moving faster, attacking faster. And I don't actually, let me check the damage output. Because it's, I mean, Wraiths do increase 3 times the damage when they're moving, but if they're moving faster, is the damage increased? I don't see the damage would be increased. Okay, I'll check it again later. Elena has 11. No, actually 13. 13 Wraiths. And he is pretty active on the map. Okay, now I have to pop I actually... Okay, now I have some primal host, which is good. But I was pretty much scared to keep primal worms because the locusts can get pooped. And explosive creepers kinda can kill props similar to banelings, so... but if you wanna deal with trains have too much HP. They are not flyers, of course, so you actually need some primal host. That's why I was kinda struggling against trains, but my ally actually is doing pretty good job here. And laser, of course, doing wonders for me, but creeper hosts are actually good. If I went Muta here, it wouldn't be good against props or heroes. I didn't want to risk it by going Muta. And okay, I thought Ally would be doing more turrets, but it's actually good that he didn't, because he saved more. Check his... okay, he's actually floating a lot of... yeah, but he's floating gas, not minerals. And now... now we're a little bit shallow. These roaches actually kinda give me troubles, but these Wraiths are doing a really good job over here. And do they have buff? Check. Yeah, damage is not increased, but attack speed is, and that's also good. So that way, this wise, it's good that I used Devouring One, also buff to the Crown. Okay, now I'm ramming this thing and killing it with creepers. So you saw how the Crown rammed the Propagator. Propagator couldn't attack it because pack leaders have map boss attributes and they cannot be propagated. Okay. Look at these buffs. Extra armor versus armor, attacking faster, cooldowns reduced, so everything. Okay. If we clean the map, that will stop, not the heroes of course, but that will stop props. But I mean clearing them up when you have Scorched Earth, Propagators and heroes, that's really not... I mean, clearing this map is probably the hardest. Maybe only Cradle of Death is harder to full clear. Maybe not even. Because they are rebuilding everything on this map except this hill and this hill. If you destroy this and this, they won't send anything here. But every other base or outpost is being rebuilt. Like this is one enemy base, and this to this is the second AI. And yeah, they will build here. This AI built here. The other one builds on this side. And okay. But even if you have poop chain, okay, unfortunately, okay, now laser is helping. And these things also slow enemies by concussive shells. But I think at least 25% or 33%. So slowing by laser and additional slowing by blaster billies, that makes Propagators really slow. Look at this. It probably moves slower than the Super Gary, than P2 Super Gary outside of the stat zones. So it's a really good prestige for using against propagators, and also helps against heroes. Okay, Glavik was dealing with something here. I know what. Okay. Also, you can get nuked, of course, when the enemy is Terran. Okay, this was close. This, the Wraiths, this is how you fight with Wraiths. You have to move constantly. Okay, ally is trying to kill the train before fighting the escort. That's actually good strategy. Okay, my train is actually escaping, but ally managed to clean his, and yeah, the problem is these Wraiths kinda can't fight everything, so I have to go here help. And the Haka is low health, so I have to be careful here. No ghosts to it. Okay, now this thing is still going, so I have to... Okay, I also help. Well, these worms would kill it. But yeah, there is a prop here, so maybe not even... Ooh, this was... Yep, this was tricky. Always have to be careful. Okay, now, this was, I believe, the penultimate wave. But now we're in trouble here. That's not my Dehaka, that's enemy Dehaka. Zeratul also here because you can see the void armor here. So I think tried to hit the Raven but wasn't able to because I was killed so fast. So now our expansion is actually forfeit. Bonus escaped. I think the first bonus escaped too, but we didn't even try to kill it because it's pretty hard. It's harder than it looks. It's harder than it looks when you have these mutators. And yeah, Scorched Earth is probably the other reason why I didn't go for siege tanks or something. Okay, so now these turrets will help. Ally also dropping the... Okay, we have Zeratul, we have, unfortunately, this is not Nova, but the normal ghost that's trying to nuke. And now we just have to kill this thing. Okay, so I'm bringing these guys here. But I'm too close, there are Wraiths. Okay, I have a worm, but I didn't pop it in time. And there are Propagators all over the place. Okay, this one died, fortunately. This one will probably start propping us. But as you can see, Wraiths did the job. Wraiths did the job, and we are getting overrun over here. Everything is getting propagated, but this is a win. So very good job, especially by my ally, and probably I had a little more kills, but he has had more train damage. And probably the tactics he used with these Wraiths was the optimal. Otherwise, if he opted to... I think I would do that. Probably going to fight the escort first, and then he'll probably lose too many Wraiths, if not all, and wouldn't be able to kill the train. Not just this last train, but how he did it the whole game, like fighting the train first, and then dealing with escort. I was helping with the escort, so yeah. I think Laser still had most kills for him, but he did a really good job with these Wraiths. So yeah, this is how you fight Propagators. So if your Swan use the heavy weapon specialist and utilize the laser and the turrets, the blaster billies, and here the Haka, use pack leaders, and if you need, eat the Propagator, but eating Propagator is the kind of last resort, because okay, first prop, if you are with an ally that's kind of have heroes that come at 4 minutes, and you have with the Haka, you don't have Glavik yet, so and you probably don't have the impalers, then you have to eat the first one. But Propagators have 450 HP, and they don't have any tags except they're heroic. So they won't give you the be just a long cooldown, like 45 second cooldown, and on the devour ability, and you'll get no buffs, no extra healing, no many other buffs. So eating propagators should be really if you don't have anything else to fight them. Now for the Haka, impalers are extremely effective against props because they do a lot of damage to single target. You also have that tenderizing effect, but enemy was Sky Terran here, so I had to have something against that. Couldn't let ally deal with everything, so I had to just have a creeper host because, of course, impalers cannot attack air units. Okay, guys, that was it for today. For tomorrow, I think I'll have already something interesting if I manage to compile it until tomorrow. If not, then probably on Thursday. So stay tuned, like and subscribe if you liked it, and thanks for watching.